Some people see the world as it is, others dream of what it could be. Amorsolo Gaborno was a dreamer. He was a young man, a student at the University of Santo Tomas in Manila. The year was 1963. It was a time of change, a time of questions. Amorsolo looked around and saw students walking alone. They were islands in a sea of faces. He felt a deep calling in his heart. He wanted to build a bridge that would connect these islands. He imagined a group, a family, a place where people could belong, where they could support one another and become better together. This was not just a small idea. It was a fire, a spark of passion that refused to be put out. This vision was more than just about making friends. It was about shaping character. Amorsolo believed in something powerful. He believed that when people come together with shared values, they can achieve great things. They can lift each other up. He saw fraternity not as a club, but as a forge, a place where young men could be shaped by the heat of shared purpose and the strength of brotherhood. He wanted them to stand for something more than themselves. He wanted them to stand for integrity, for service, and for loyalty. This was the seed of Gamma Epsilon. It was a dream planted in the fertile ground of a young man's passionate heart. He started to talk about his idea. He spoke with a quiet fire. He shared his dream with his closest friends. At first they listened. They saw the light in his eyes. He spoke of a brotherhood that would be different. It would be based on respect. It would be dedicated to helping the community. It would be a guiding star for its members long after they left the university halls. His words were simple, but they carried weight. They carried the heavy promise of hard work. They carried the bright hope of a better future. He was not just building a group. He was sketching a blueprint for a meaningful life, shared with others who believed in the same simple truths. The name itself, Gamma Epsilon, was chosen with care. It was not random. It was a symbol. The Greek letter stood for guiding espero, which means guiding hope. This was the core of Amorsolo's vision. He wanted the fraternity to be a source of hope for its members and for the world around them. It was a bold declaration. It was a promise made to the future. He knew that hope needed a home. It needed hands and feet to do its work. The fraternity would be that home. It would be those hands and feet. Amorsolo Gaborno was not just starting a fraternity. He was igniting a guiding hope that would one day shine across the globe. Every great dream faces a great test. Amorsolo's was no different. Starting something new is never easy. There were whispers of doubt. There were clouds of uncertainty. Some people did not understand. They saw fraternities as something else, something less noble. They questioned his motives. Can one young man truly build something so grand? Can a group of students really make a difference? These questions were like heavy stones. They could have crushed his spirit. It would have been easy to give up. It would have been simple to let the dream fade away, like a whisper in the wind. But Amorsolo did not let go. The early days were a struggle. The founders had little money. They had no fancy meeting rooms. They had only their belief in each other. They met in simple places, in borrowed spaces, on the steps of university buildings. They faced resistance from school officials who were wary of new student groups. They faced skepticism from their peers. It felt like they were trying to build a castle on sand. The waves of doubt kept coming, threatening to wash it all away. There were moments when the future of Gamma Epsilon seemed fragile. It was a tiny flame flickering in a strong wind, in danger of being extinguished at any moment. But this is where the magic happened. This is where teamwork turned the tide. Amorsolo was not alone. He had his brothers. When one person felt weak, the others gave him strength. When one person doubted, the others reminded him of the dream. They pulled together. They pooled their small resources. They shared the work, and in doing so, they shared the burden. Their unity became their greatest asset. It was a shield against the arrows of doubt. It was the foundation that made the sand firm. They learned a valuable lesson, a lesson that would become central to the fraternity. The strength of the wolf is the pack. They did not give up. This is the simplest and most important part of the story. They just kept going, day after day, meeting after meeting. Through every challenge and every setback, their dedication burned brighter. Amorsolo's quiet determination was contagious. It inspired the others to hold on. They believed in the vision, but more importantly, they believed in each other. They showed that passion, when shared, multiplies. It becomes a force that can overcome any obstacle. The struggles did not break them. Instead, the struggles forged them. They came out of the fire stronger, more united, and more certain than ever of their purpose. A seed, when nurtured, grows into a tree, and a tree, when strong, spreads its seeds far and wide. This is what happened to Gamma Epsilon. The fraternity started small, a single chapter at a single university, but the values it stood for, brotherhood, integrity, service, were universal. They were not just for students in Manila. They were for everyone. Soon, the word began to spread. Students at other universities in the Philippines heard about this special brotherhood. They saw the good work its members were doing. They saw the strong bond they shared. They wanted to be a part of it. New chapters began to form across the nation. The growth was organic. It was natural. It was not forced. It grew from a genuine desire to connect and to serve. From Luzon to Visayas to Mindanao, the guiding hope of Gamma Epsilon found new homes. The fraternity became a national presence. It was a network of young men committed to the same ideals. But the story did not end there. Life happens. Students graduate. They start careers. They move away. Many members of Gamma Epsilon left the Philippines to find work in other countries. They went to the Middle East. They went to America. They went to Europe. They carried their values with them. They carried their brotherhood in their hearts. These members, now scattered across the globe, felt a familiar longing, the same longing Amorsolo felt back in 1963. They were islands in a new sea. They wanted to reconnect. They wanted to continue the mission. So, they started to form chapters in their new homes. In cities like Dubai, Los Angeles, and London, Gamma Epsilon was reborn. It was a testament to the power of the fraternity's ideals. The brotherhood was not limited by geography. It was a bond that crossed oceans and transcended cultures. The small flame ignited in Manila had become a global constellation of lights, shining in different corners of the world. This international expansion turned Gamma Epsilon into something truly special. It became a global family. A Filipino who moved to a new country could find an instant support system. He could find brothers who understood his journey, who shared his values, and who were ready to help. The fraternity became a symbol of Filipino unity on a world stage. It showed that the spirit of Bayanihan, the Filipino tradition of communal work and cooperation, could thrive anywhere. Amorsolo's dream had grown beyond anything he could have imagined. His humble vision of a bridge between students had become a global network connecting hearts and minds. What is a legacy? Is it money? Is it fame? No. A legacy is the story you leave behind. It is the lives you touch. It is the good you inspire in others. Amorsolo Gaborno's legacy is not written in stone monuments. It is written in the hearts of every member of Gamma Epsilon. His legacy is the brotherhood that has provided a home for so many. It is the service projects that have helped countless communities. It is the guiding hope that continues to inspire young men and women to be better, to do better, and to stand for something meaningful in a world that often feels lost. The core values of the fraternity, brotherhood, integrity, and service are the pillars of this legacy. They are simple words, but they are powerful guides. Brotherhood teaches us that we are not alone. We are stronger together. Integrity teaches us to be honest, to be true to ourselves and to others, even when no one is watching. Service teaches us that a meaningful life is a life spent helping others. These are not just rules for a fraternity. They are lessons for life. They are the lessons Amorsolo wanted to share with the world. His leadership was not about giving orders. It was about living these values every single day. So what can we learn from his story? We learn that one person with a passionate heart can start a revolution of kindness. We learn that you do not need to be powerful or famous to make a difference. You just need a dream and the courage to share it. We learn that when faced with doubt and struggle, the answer is unity. The answer is to hold on to each other. We learn that the most important things in life are not things at all. They are the connections we make. They are the principles we live by. Amorsolo's story is a reminder that we all have the power to build bridges. Today is December 30th, 2025. More than 60 years have passed since that young student had a dream. The world has changed in countless ways, but some things remain the same. The need for connection, the desire for purpose, the power of hope. Amorsolo Gaborno gave the world a beautiful example of leadership. He planted a seed of hope, nurtured it with dedication, and watched it grow into a global forest of brotherhood. His life is a lesson, like a class we can all take. The lesson is simple. Find your passion, gather your people, and never, ever give up on a dream that makes the world a little bit better. That is a legacy worth building.